What's good, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to another episode of the Holy and Hut podcast. I'm Malik.
I'm Tariq.
I'm Leighton.
I don't know how many episodes y'all have watched so far.
It's an inside joke at this point, right?
Every single
I don't know who his man is.
I like it though. I mess with it. It's what it is.
It's like you contemplate your name every
next
time.
season, I'm about to start throwing random names.
It's like, oh, my name's James.
I'm Beyonce.
Whatever floats your boat, nigga.
You know, if you like it, I love it.
I hate it here.
You look like Jay-Z, though.
That's what they call me in high school.
Minister Jay-Z.
Minister J.
Listen, you know what? No, internet people, imagine trying to share the good news of the gospel with people, and they call you Minister Jay-Z.
You know what's something funny? They did that on Piper, right?
Yeah.
I low-key started this.
That's about me?
You already know the real nigga coming out the so-flow. And the flow wavy got a bolo. Oh no, looking like you running out of stamina. Call yourself an animal, cause you know you ain't.
Thanks for tuning in this week. This week we're talking about joy. Choosing joy, finding joy, doing things that bring us joy.
After all that I've been through. After all that I've been through. After all that I've
This is Holy and
been
Hood,
through,
not Holy and High School Musical.
I still have joy.
I still have joy.
Anyway,
Still
Leighton,
have
what brings
joy.
you joy?
Money.
Oh, what brings you joy?
I can't say that as a clergy member. I can't say that as a clergy member.
I can say it.
Woo!
Honestly, bro, like what brings me joy, joy in like if I'm having like just a rough day, like what?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, a nice bourbon, bro. And I know that might be weird.
Bourbon
but
is
like,
nice.
But I'll come home, make like an old fashioned in the crib, make like a Manhattan, and I got the kit and everything, and I just make it, and then I get like I even go and get like I have like the spheres, the sphere ice, and I go and I get the sphere ice, I put it in the whiskey glass, pour it up, get like the cherry out the
Bro,
jar,
all the
put
drunks
it in
smiling
there.
right now. We're like,
Bro, I hey, do it. And I come home and I sit on the couch and I'm just
You need
like,
to learn how to make that martini for my dog.
I'm
make
not.
it
My
nice-
chest isn't
nice.
I'm not man enough for bourbon.
I'm done.
or whiskey. I like a good strawberry daiquiri.
Yo, what did that? Remember that one time we went out and you ordered a
No, at Bahama Breeze.
Yeah, bro.
Hey.
The waiter.
You're talking about something that like fills you with joy. So we're out eating,
having a grand time,
and
bro.
I am ordering something that fills me with joy. It was like some
fruity frozen drink.
Okay, we have to call it fruity.
Bro, what do you call a strawberry daiquiri? Like,
Anyway, it was like some like frozen island dream or something like that. And the guy goes, for her? And I was like, no, for me. He goes, you sure you want that?
dang.
No, like, bro, if you could see the look
You're
on that man's
disrespect.
face, he was just like, come on, nigga.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
He was like, you know, that's like a frozen drink. I was like, yeah, it's hot outside.
It's hot outside.
Oh yeah.
I meant
You know, what brings me joy is comedy.
Facts.
Like when I'm having a rough day, if I sit down and watch, honestly, I hop on Instagram and like watch like a reel or something like that of like a comedy set, like 30 seconds,
stand up.
like stand up. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I just need to laugh a little bit.
The comment section on a funny post also brings me joy.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes,
comments.
bro.
Yo, one thing I gotta say, Malik, bro, thank you, bro. You are one of the niggas that opened my world to the comment section, bro. I would dead just like a video and keep it pushing. This nigga said, nah, you gotta watch the comments, dog. I say less.
Bro. That's what I'm here for. Here's the comments.
Bro, no,
Some
the
posts,
comments-
I'm just there for the comments.
the comments be better than the posts.
Yeah.
Bro, by the post, I
You know
I
what?
already
know
know.
the comment section.
I already
That's something
know
that
the
brings me
comment
joy.
section's
Like you
gonna
want a
be
good
lit, bro.
comment section?
A good comment section, bro.
Yes.
I'll be in the house.
That be cackling.
Listen, I'll be on the couch kikiing. And my wife was like, what is wrong with you?
Nah, this nigga
Like-
did be giggling at comment sections.
You want to tell the joke?
You want to know what removes my joy? Oh man. Okay, so we found things that like. Okay, but that's a real question, I guess. Like, what like diminishes, removes, depletes your levels of joy in your life?
Going to work.
Facts. That's a
Going to
big
work.
one.
Bills.
Going bills.
Adulting.
That, you know that
Did you
text
say adulting or adultery?
Adulting.
Oh, okay.
that too. Both work. Both work.
You look like you're unsure about adultery removing your joy. Let's not talk about it.
Anywho, yeah. That text message that says thank you for your payment.
Oh my
removes
God.
my joy. Removes it. Oh, it absolutely kills me. It's just like, don't thank me for robbing me. Don't thank
Like
me.
for real. Like
Don't insult me like this.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I would have rather that's what I thought. You feel me?
Yeah, at least they had 10 toes on it.
Like, you feel me?
Facts.
Like double down. You already taking it, bro. Like
All right, cool.
That's what I thought.
Right? Like,
Text message from Wells Fargo credit card coming. That's what I thought.
about time, little nigga.
For real.
I
Here's a
thought,
picture of your
I
receipt.
thought I was gonna have to come get this.
I can't even fight with him, bro. Hey, take it.
All right, like again, I
There's
think
nothing
you know
else
what?
I can do. I
Wells
need,
Fargo, I know you're watching.
I need my car. I need my car. I just take
All
it.
right, all
bro.
the banks that I know are watching this, all the bank execs who watch three black people
Stop
on
thanking
podcast
us.
couches. Stop thanking us and start standing on business.
And
Start standing on
But-
business.
give us money. That would help.
Okay,
Nah, for
I
real.
feel like my request is more realistic.
I'm
I
sure-
feel like I have a higher chance of the person at Wells Fargo calling me the N-word than giving me $5.
Dang. Probably.
The
Actually.
sad reality of that. Bro. The sad reality of that, like, damn.
Yeah.
Right, that's where we live in.
This nigga think I'm giving him $5.
Ha.
James, you didn't mute the phone.
Nigga, I know.
Oh,
At that point, I'd be like, I hate this bank.
Oh my God.
Hang up. Gotta make a deposit.
oh man.
So I do have something. I feel like one of the things, at least when we talk about this episode, like we were brainstorming that, like hit my brain is just like, how much joy is a choice?
Facts.
Oh,
That's a
sure,
big
yeah.
fact.
Like, I think one of the most annoying things for me that I see around, especially people like in our generation,
Come on.
not
talk
it's, like,
about
it's just like not even like our age, but like people in the world, people just they don't got no joy. They're just
Just
upset,
miserable.
just miserable
Mhm.
all the time.
Mhm.
Like nobody's happy,
Energy just chaka chaka.
right? Like, right? Like, sure, life is tough, but you could be hungry,
Real. Fix it for yes.
Food too nice to be vexed.
right?
Food too
You
nice.
never eat something that's instant joy. Right, Tariq?
Help me, help. Anyway,
Tis so sweet.
Worship him.
oh God, help us. No, and so like, how do you guys find it possible? Like, cause life do be lifing.
Facts.
How do you find it possible, or do you find it possible? I guess is a better question. To be joyful, to like, I will say to be joyful for the majority of the time over the course of your life.
I for me it's easy, honestly, because there's a lot of things that bring me joy. So that I have multiple outlets whenever I'm feeling some type of way. If I want to bring up my spirits, I can go play basketball, go hang out with my friends, go make music, go to sleep. I love sleep, so that's one avenue I definitely will take.
Okay. What about you, Tariq? Do you find it possible to choose joy or even be joyful the majority of the time? If not, that's also
Yeah, I think I choose joy after about 2 old fashions. And I'm real
Amen.
joyful.
Amen.
But I can't say that as a clergy member.
My dog said 2 libations.
But no, is it 2 spirits, please? 2 spirits. Is it hard to choose joy? I think it can be, especially depending on your situation. For me, do I struggle with choosing joy? It's kind of like Leighton said, like I have like multiple avenues. Like of things that I know that I like to do that will make me feel better. So whether it's like, hey, I'm just gonna go to a restaurant, sit down, eat food, watch a game like basketball, football, whatever it may be, I'm gonna watch the game, I'm gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even have to talk to that lifts my spirit, bro. Like that makes me feel better. Or like getting on the game, like still like at this big age, still hop on the game, like, and you feel better after. So yeah, I mean there's certain things that like is finding joy a choice? Absolutely. But yeah.
Here's another question. There are some people in your life that probably like just suck the joy out of a situation. How do we? Enough of them. Okay, so like I feel like sure, like in an opportunity where you can retreat and like go play video games, drink bourbon, or go record a song, or like go for a walk, go to take a nap. Cool. How do you? Well, what happens when you're like in the room with the joy sucker?
Well then, let me tell you.
With the who?
With the who?
The who? What's her name?
JS.
I don't even know what that means. Oh,
Joy
joy
sucker.
sucker. I was like,
bro, my mind was rolling. I was like, SJS. And it was like,
Going through pictures of people.
yes, bro. Bro, it was like,
pull out that SpongeBob clip.
We need a name. Davy Jones Locker. What's his name?
Bro, my mind was
my
rolling.
God.
I was like, what is he talking about? Oh my God. This is why you don't have inside jokes. We have so many.
We have too much, bro.
We have so many
So
inside
much.
jokes that even when it's not inside joke, you're like,
What the hell is he talking
Is that
about?
an inside joke? Like, what is going
Am
on?
I forgetting? Anyway,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but what do you do like in the moment? Like you're in a room where people who are like diminishing your levels of joy. You can't escape because I feel like most people are like, yeah, when I can retreat, I'm good. So I feel like if a lot of people are like, but when I live with them, when I work with them, he said that's unfortunate. When I work with them, when I gotta see them, like how do you choose joy in a circumstance where you just can't like retreat?
Well, I'm never gonna ask them how they're doing.
No, that's facts. You avoid all personal questions
Never
that
gonna-
will
never.
lead to complaining or nagging.
No, never gonna ask you, hey, how's your day? Nope, you wouldn't. No, never. I'm never gonna ask you that because I already know. Oh well, it's just I'm just moving along and his life just so hard and like, all right, bro, like, all right, like, I'm not trying to hear.
Is it rude to tell those people to shut up?
It
So-
is. I try to avoid that.
No.
I wouldn't necessarily tell them shut up. I would just be like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not feeling this right now.
Dang, so you just say it straight.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
respect
cause I'd rather, cause people will vent to me and sure, I'd like to be there for them, but if I'm not in the right headspace to really hear you out and actually give you an active ear, like you're just wasting your breath and then I don't even want to be there. So I'd rather let's change the subject and try and cheer your spirits instead of just complaining. You feel me? I'd be quick to be like, let's change the subject. I'm real quick.
Hey, yo, can you imagine you venting to somebody like, hey, change the subject. Yo.
That's hard, bro.
Hey,
That's
yo.
hard.
To be honest, I just act like I'm disinterested. Like you kind
I
of.
feel like that's worse.
It is worse.
That's
It's literally
worse.
passive aggressive.
Like,
I know
and
what I'm doing.
It's
and
not
I'm
even like,
bro,
it's not even like
figuring
I'm like,
out-
oh, change the subject. I'll be like, look, I'm not in the right headspace to really like continue this conversation. Like, let's try and change it to more
Yeah.
positive, whatever.
Okay.
Like, I'd rather do that than, cause in my head I'm just like, nigga, what the? No, I'm not listening to you anyway. Like, I'd rather just do that and then get you in a better mood or spirit. That way you're not even thinking about that.
I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of just sit there and let them
Just-
talk.
Y'all better than me.
I'd be
Just take it.
trapped, bro. Yeah, I'd just be like, I can't go nowhere. Like, can't do anything.
I fake
I
phone
just-
calls.
Fake phone calls. I've done.
I've
that,
definitely
bro.
had someone text
definitely
me and be
done
like, yo, call me in like 2 minutes. I'm putting you on speaker. It's an emergency.
I've done that before. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, 9 times out of 10, bro.
Hey, that's why you always on the phone, Malik.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. That was a joke.
Damn,
Get out of
niggas
here.
is niggas is coming for you, bro.
Get out of here. Matt said every time I talk to Malik, he just got
got
a
a phone
phone. Get out of here.
That nigga, as soon as hold on, man, let me.
Matt don't even be saying anything wrong.
Hey Malik, how you doing? One second.
Just this.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know something about this nigga, bro?
Get out.
Let me tell you something. I remember, bro, we'd be at church. My dog would just be walking through, scrolling through his phone. I'm thinking this nigga's doing some important business, bro.
Nigga on the home screen.
This nigga playing Subway Surfer, bro. I said, bro, he'd be like, yeah, bro, I just be walking around doing this so nobody bothers me. My dog say he's keeping his peace at an all-time high.
All time high.
You know what? But I think that relates.
It does.
I think we have to be very
Intentional
about guarding our own like internal like equilibrium.
You
like,
have to, bro, because
the
no one else is doing it for
ecosystem
you.
of your life. And I think a lot of times we aren't. Like social media trains you to not be good at that.
100%.
Because the more people you follow, the more things that are going to pop up that are your brain is triggered to have some sort of response to this. It like is going to adjust the way you feel. We aren't trained to like say like, hold up, almost what you're saying, like be practical and have boundaries. And be like, no, this is affecting like my levels of joy right now. Yeah. So I either need to remove myself from the situation or the situation needs to change while I'm here.
Facts.
And I think like because if you have to choose joy, it's a consistent choice. Mm-hmm. And so like we can't continually put ourselves or allow our minds to take us to places where there is no joy to be found.
Mm-hmm. That was going to be my question.
Yeah, well, I think, you said this, and you said this in an episode before, like, sometimes it's really just like looking at, because, God's kind of sort of wise, because he's like God. And what he says, he's like, well, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are good, whatever things are of good report, whatever things are honest, think on these things. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh.
Bro, and I'll be like,
it's almost like God had like figured out.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
Like,
and it's like, bro, I'll see stuff like that in the Bible, and I'm like, bro, I feel like it's said so simple because it's supposed to be so simple. Like, you don't have to overthink or theologize what's being said. Like, did I just make up a word? Is that a real word?
Yeah, that's a word. I think that's a word.
Okay.
Look at you.
I'll be wording, bro.
I
don't think so either. That's why I was like, wait, did I just say something?
Theologize is a word. Wording, however. I feel like it's not a word. I think I've heard it before.
Pastors just be
maybe the number ones had their own dictionary, bro.
But as long as y'all got what I was trying to say,
it is a word.
Hey! Don't ask me to spell it.
Theologize, engage in theological reasoning or speculation.
And I used it right.
Look at that.
Look, Mom, I'm doing it.
You were saying, or have you lost your train of thought?
No, that was basically it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah, I think there's like a really substantial amount of like mental effort we have to learn to place into like choosing joy and maintaining that. And so if you're in a space where you're like, you know what? I'ma just need to play Subway Surfers on my phone for a little bit because if someone talks to me, I'm burning it all to the ground. But also not be in that space. But like
but it's good to recognize when you're in that space and what you need to do to get out of it.
That also requires a level of being self-aware, and not only self-aware but being honest. Like just saying like, "Hey, I don't have it today. I don't have it today." I remember like I was in therapy and I was just like, "Bro, I don't want to be here today." I told bro, 100% straight up, like, "Hey, don't want to be here, bro. This is not the day." And then like we've been working on like me telling you how I feel and like being open and honest. I don't want to be here. I don't want to rehash the week I just had. I don't want to do all of this. I don't want to do it. And we talked about why I didn't want to do it, right? But because I think that just required like that's just what like the hour required. But like yeah, like you have to be honest with yourself and say like, hey, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling like this? How did I get this way? And what do I have to do to get myself out of that? And that's a lot of like forward thinking that I think niggas would just rather go play video games, bro.
You just gave me
Facts.
PTSD, bro. Like literally. So when I started therapy, that was one of the bigger things that we had to work on was emotional awareness. Like apparently I had like a way of using things when I felt bad or felt like hurt or went through something traumatic. I would use things to mask that or cover that.
Me too. Twinning.
And I wouldn't know that I felt like a certain way. So like when I got there, like as a 30-something-year-old man, like she'd be like, all right, cool. Give you like the regular, like, you know, therapy question. Like, so how are you feeling in that situation? How'd that make you feel? Like, and I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, no, like crying, like, hey, like, no, for real, like, how are you feeling? Like, da-da-da-da-da. Bro, Shorty had to bring out, this is probably like session number 2 or 3. Like, we just getting to know each other. Shorty literally had to be like, okay, give me a second. Walk out the room, go into
chart?
like the, bro, the
She brought a
charts,
chart?
bro. She brought
like the little circle thing.
color chart with the circles.
Like, how are you feeling?
I felt complete. I mean, in this situation right now, ma'am, I feel completely disrespected. Yo, it was a chart, and like in the middle of it, colorful, like kindergartner looking chart that she went into like the kids section of like the office to get, and it was like, okay, happy, sad, like angry, like in the middle of the wheel, and then like more descriptive words outside of that, and more descriptive words outside of that, and she was like, let's start in the middle. I was like, dang, but literally, like I had a hard time, like knowing how I felt in the situation because I defaulted to. Like, all right, if I'm feeling off or if somebody's like bothering me or whatever the case may be, I'm going to hop on either the game or I'm going to hop on like watching something that's going to make me laugh or I'm going to hop on like trying to mask my emotions or not mask it. It's really just not feeling it. Like not feeling it until, and I did that so well from such a young age, bro, for such a long time that like I just didn't know that I felt some type of way about something. So if somebody did me dirty, it'd be like, yo, it's fine. Like, I don't really care. Like, and I'd honestly 1,000% believe that it didn't bother me until like, I started realizing, yo, I need therapy. Like, cause stuff was coming up in an emotional state that I couldn't pinpoint where these emotions were coming from out of nowhere.
And it was nothing that triggered the thing that like set you off. You're just like, bro, like what
is wrong with me?
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, I have other stuff that I gotta deal with.
And now we gotta figure out like what those things are and why. But when you don't have the emotional connection to the pain, like it's like, all right, like I don't know that putting my hand on the stove is like bad for me because I can't feel it. Like, so like it's obviously burning and searing my skin and it's not healthy. But I don't feel it now because I've taken so many like benzos or whatever that I'm just not like sensitive to it. Like, and you just are like in that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I saw a video on TikTok. It was this girl. She was talking about, she was dealing with this guy, and like something happened, and she was feeling some type of way about it. And she said she had a habit of, I guess blocking like negative emotions with just being sad. So she would respond like a sad, hurt hoe. Her words. So she took the time with her friend and was like, let's figure out what it is like you're really feeling. And she started describing like how she felt, like without just saying sad. So she was like, I'm like annoyed, but not like upset. I'm da-da-da-da. Like, and eventually they came down to like, oh, you're like perplexed or something like that. And she was like, instead of responding and reacting like a sad individual would, she had like some type of footing to stand on and like knew this is how I'm feeling and this is why, and was able to address it and fix the issue.
Is there like a healthy way to like still have joy? Like I guess everything is kind of like on a balance. That's healthy. But like, is there a healthy way that like, hey, if something is happening, I can guard my joy, but still like
feel the emotion? Yeah,
and know that like, yo, this thing is bothering me. Like, what do you do to ensure that joy doesn't become like the drug that now numbs like what you're feeling?
Well, I think we have to realize that joy isn't it's not an emotion. Right? Like we should have done this in the beginning, but like to define joy, to me, it's not an emotion. I think it is an overall state of your being. Like Paul's like, like I have found in all seasons to be content. Right? Like, sure, I am sad. My world hasn't ended. I'm
It's
perplexed.
more like it is what it is kind of
yeah,
moment.
like it's like no, like I sit as I sit, stable, aware, alive, in peace. Though I'm a little bit frustrated right now. And so it's knowing how to like feel something and that thing not become this all-consuming reality
Yeah.
to where like, I know I'm angry. And,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, like they're angry, but they're not like no one flipped the table, and they're gonna have a normal conversation about why they're angry about this sort of thing. And it's like, no, like I've learned, like I think oftentimes we like base everything off of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, emotions are liars. Sure, they can be trusted some of the time. Sometimes what you're feeling is just what you're feeling. Actually, isn't like what's going on in the room right now.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, they're all laughing at me and now I'm sad. Ain't nobody laughing at you. And so it's this state of number one, awareness, but also I think reality. Like, no. And I think that is what I think like the difference is. It's not finding a balance, but it's like, okay, no, I'm sad.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it starts where we kind of were for the past few minutes, knowing and naming some emotions and choosing to live in a steady state as you feel them, not in spite of them, but as you feel them and not be completely consumed by something.
So you would say that joy is,
Let's look it up, actually.
you would say that joy is peace or contentment in the midst of chaos and in spite of it.
I would say
Basically,
so. But
Okay. Because I think there's like, I think for a long time, joy to me was like synonymous with like happy or like, cheerful or whatever it may be. It was never a thing of like, hey, this is actually a choice in spite of chaos, in spite of frustration, in spite of anger, in spite of sadness or depression. Like that joy is a choice in spite of all of those things. So you get what I'm saying? Like it was never like it was just like Matt said, it was just like an option on the wheel and not necessarily like, oh, joy is actually just what I want to, like how I choose to have my disposition in spite of everything, which is also really hard for me now that I sit here and we define it like that. That's actually really hard.
So I had to pull up dictionary.com. There are two definitions. The one I think a lot of people use is the one I dislike. The emotion of great delight or happiness caused by something exceptionally good or satisfying.
Yeah.
I go down to the second definition, which is a source or cause of keen pleasure or delight. Something or someone greatly valued and appreciated. So it's like this source of keen pleasure or delight.
Yeah, like I took it as like a state of mind or like being that you would strive for, and like peace and happiness and all that stuff would come like in midst of like the search of that or the attempt of choosing that.
And so I think so if we go off again that second definition there, like this joy has come from a source of keen pleasure or delight. And so the source, whatever the source is, I think it's Jesus.
I would hope.
Whatever the source is producing it, right? Look at that. It's producing in me this keen pleasure or delight, so that even in the midst of anger, the source in me is still producing delight. And so there's anger going on, but because there's this source in me, anger can't overtake me because something else in me is still producing keen pleasure or delight.
It's almost like that phrase, look at the brighter side of things. It's like, is your glass half empty or is there still water in there?
He said it like that.
Okay. All right. I forgot about
Just nigga wild, dog. Like,
No,
what was that?
Yeah. Oh, my question was okay. So if joy is this thing that comes from a source, then if somebody, it would be safe to say that if somebody isn't joyous, either their joy is coming from the wrong source or they don't have it plugged into any source at all.
And so I would say for the average person in the world, I think everyone has a source. I don't think the source is producing joy. They're like your sort, like you can dig a well, And sometimes your well might get you some fresh water. Sometimes if you dig your well and you hit a sewer pipe, it's boo-boo. I had to think of like the non-profane word. It's like
It's holy and hood. You can
Get a little.
A shit. A shitty water.
and so there's that. And I think everything, again, this is extremely biased from a Christian perspective. In my opinion, everything that we dig that isn't based on the ground that is Jesus is going to hit a sewer line. It might be deeper. So some things might allow you to dig a little bit deeper before you hit the sewer. So you think you're getting to joy, so you're fine. Eventually you hit a sewer line. And you realize that whatever it is you've put your hope in eventually runs out. And what does Jesus say to the woman at the well? I'll give you water that you'll never thirst again.
My God.
And so
Yes, God. Everlasting water.
No shitty
Hallelujah.
water.
No shitty water, God.
We thank
Wash
you,
it over
Jesus.
and make it new.
Yes.
No Zephyr Hills, God. No Zephyr Hills, God. Hallelujah.
My God.
Yes.
Life, pure life. We thank you, Jesus.
my chest hurts.
Thank you, Jesus.
Make him heal you.
No, and so I think number one, if you're gonna choose joy, I think it go like, what is the source of like what brings your life the most contentment and peace? If your source, in my humble opinion, is anything outside of something eternal that cannot be changed, moved, or shaken, eventually it will be changed, moved, or shaken, and you won't be able to find a joy anymore.
That's good. I like that. Because if joy is something that comes from outside of or in the midst of all these other things, you have to have a fixed point to as a reference. Like everybody knows where north is because north is fixed on a compass. So if you can't get a compass, and if your compass is wrong and it's telling you north is south, you're gonna end up at you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna end up at the wrong place. So what you're saying is like, hey, if your source has to be eternal, fixed, and in and of itself outside of whatever it is that's going on in the midst of your life. And that's the only way that you can actually have true joy.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so as we wrap up today, I think we don't always do this. Sometimes we just end by laughing and being stupid, but we're going to end like this today. It's like, hey, if you're finding it hard to find and choose joy in whatever season of life you're in, I would ask, you don't have to listen to me because you might not even really know me like that. But if you want to, I would ask, hey, what am I kind of sort of like banking on in this season of my life that I'm hoping will bring me joy? If it's a human being, you ain't realize everybody trifling yet, child?
You included.
Especially you and me.
And me.
Oh,
Me.
especially
Nigga, don't. I knew one of y'all dickheads was finna do
He was
something.
ready. He was
Bro.
ready for that.
Bro,
I never
this
seen
nigga
you.
said,
That's
this
so
nigga
cool.
said, I said, stop it. Stop it right now. God
That
is not
boy
pleased.
was ready.
Oh, man. But hey, listen, fam, y'all choose joy. Please put it in something that's eternal. If you were to ask me, and I think everybody in Studio B today, we'd say it's Jesus.
Jesus.
If you disagree, honestly, hit us up. Talk to us.
Hit about it.
Like, you might be right. If so, let's talk about it. We are probably right. If so, let's talk about it. But choose joy, y'all. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal your peace. And don't let nobody just... right? Don't let these niggas rob you, fam.
And if they do, rob them back.
Hey, he said hit a lick. But anyway, we love y'all. Deuces.
After all that I've been through.
After all that
Y'all really finna keep doing this?
After all that I've been through, I still have my joy.
still have joy.
All right, cut it before we get... Copy
Why
it.
is there a tambourine?
Pass it. Yo, pass it.
After all that
Yo, you remember when I tried to battle your mom, bro?
She whooped you.
Bro, she did not. Bro, she made straight eye contact while doing it too. She was like,
God.
said, all right, on TV, you got it. You got it on TV. Sorry.
You're too serious about this
Bro.
one. You're too
Oh,
serious.
man. That's